Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests, and especially you, Hulda. I always have a challenging time evaluating your speeches because you are so experienced and so good. So with this one, though, it offered some particular challenges to you because it was selling, and it was cold call selling on top of it all. I like how you opened with questions. It's always a good way to start a speech because it gets the audience thinking. I like how you made it simple by breaking things down. And I also like the fact that you offered lots of proof for what you were putting forth to the audience. As far as recommendations go, I only see 3. The first one was, they mentioned in your manual that you were to sell an expensive product, like a home, an automobile, computers, etc. Now, castor oil, even though we don't know a lot about it for the most part, it is relatively inexpensive. So my recommendation in that case would be to perhaps put a package together of all the different castor oil products and maybe have it amount to something like $1,000 and then try to sell it to us. That would have worked really well. The second recommendation, I noticed when you had a lot of the symptoms up on the overhead, you're talking about rashes and hives and joint pain. And to be honest, sometimes when you're seeing something like that as an audience member, your mind can tend to drift a little. It can tend to get bogged down in the features and the symptoms and all that. And instead of just going through the features of the product, castor oil, more emphasis on the benefits, because that's what's going to get the buyers excited. So I would have asked more questions like, how many people here have ever had or know someone who has ever had rash? And then maybe the next one, anyone who's had hives, anyone who's had joint pain. Because inevitably everybody's going to put their hand up at some point. And then you can show the benefit of the castor oil to those particular symptoms. The third recommendation was to be more enthusiastic, because that's what really sells in sales. I noticed towards the end you did get very enthusiastic when you started talking about how it's helped you with your arthritis and your knee pain. You really lit up at that point, so I recommend more of that. You were also very good at stressing how there's no side effects. That was well done. And at the end, handling about the smell question and giving your own testimonial. So yes, I thought you did overall an excellent job considering not much was known about the castor oil. Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator.